Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a long time, but I think I say that all the time. But welcome back to the channel. My name is Tremaine, and you're watching Talking Cars with T. Okay, so today, guys, we've got a very different video, and we've got a special guest today. And that special guest is my wife, Kajal. So don't expect a lot of me in the video today, because the video today is not about me and it's not about any of my cars in the collection, but it's more so about my wife. So let me introduce to you Kajal, who's our special guest for today.
Hi guys, hello.
As you can see, guys, Kajal is pregnant and we are expecting our very first baby. The last time you guys saw Kajal was when she was my fiance in, I think it was the E36 M3 video.
When I could fit into the boot.
When you could fit into the boot. So if you haven't checked that video, please go and take a look at my previous videos and you'll see that. And of course, you will remember Francisco. So I think let's kick it off. Like I said, today's video is a bit different. It's about Kajal and her journey with her daily driver. And as you guys know, the essence of my channel is about coming from nothing to the point where we are in our lives. And I want to share Kajal, or I want Kajal to share her story with you guys, because it's a fantastic story. And I think let's kick it off by firstly saying we're in spring. What do you think of my shirt?
Oh, how fitting, eh?
Well, you bought the shirt for me, so you must love it. Okay, so jokes aside, today's video is about your 120D, your daily driver, and as you know, we've got a unique story in terms of how we met and how we are at this point in our lives. I'd like you to share with the viewers your story of struggle and hardships to a point where you are now. So let them go for it.
Okay, so yeah, quite an emotional one, but very good to be where we are right now in our lives. Also taught us a lot of life lessons and helped us get where we are. So my life started as what we would think was a perfect childhood and normal life, and took a sudden turn where my family and I lost everything, which resulted in us having to live in a garage, a double garage, and spending the most important years of my life there, between grade 8 and grade 11. A difficult time in our life, and losing everything and learning how to live with the basics as such, or the bare minimum, has taught us many life lessons, but has also made me become the person that I am today, and such a fighter and so motivated and really driven. It's taught me and made me the strong woman that I am today, and it's helped contribute to our life goals. I think, that certainly has helped. We've come a long way from there now, and I'm so glad for that. We've really come a long way, and where we are now, having achieved so much, being able to say, wow, you are reviewing my car, is really a huge achievement, something that we take for granted and think it's a day-to-day normality, but it's really a huge achievement for me.
And I think, just to bring that all in and just to summarize it for you for the introduction of this video, guys, is that it's not all doom and gloom. You guys know my story of coming from nothing and having to work my way there. And that's why Kajal and I are such a fantastic match, is because if you can go from losing everything and living in a double garage from grade 8 to grade 11, you got to really sit back and think of what that does to you mentally as well as emotionally. A lot of people see the outside and see what is there now, but they don't know the journey or the road to get to this point. And I would like to call Kajal as well as myself as the ultimate underdogs. And just to emphasize or to tell you more about that, we literally in society or in the world today, we should not be in the positions and the place in life that we are right now, because society dictates that you shouldn't. So we are the complete underdogs, and everything we have today and everything we have achieved today, we did it whilst we were together. Because for the last 12 years that we were together, we have literally seen one another go from nothing to a point where we are sharing our journey with you guys, and the collector cars, and now your daily driver, and it's to instill in you guys that if people like myself and people like Kajal can so-called make it in life, and she knows I still don't think we've made it in life, but if we can get to this far in life, so can you. Even if society or the public or friends or family say that you can't, it's all about what you really want. So cars is what we have, is one of many things that we share in common. And I think now that you know Kajal a lot more, I think let's kick it off and let's take you through her car, and so you can check it out. And once again, I want to say to all of you, listen, I'm not a YouTuber. We have got over 400 subscribers on YouTube. For someone like me who does a video every month or 2 months or something to that sort. And I think we've got something like over 30,000 views. Over 30,000 views, over 400 subscribers for something that's just a pastime and a hobby. So to everyone that has subscribed, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and hit the like button, as all the guys say. But yeah, here's to it. Thank you for sharing a bit of your story, and here's to a fantastic video. Anything else you want to say to the viewers or close it off?
No, we can go
for it. Okay, so go ahead and check this out. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior of the vehicle. Like I said, this is the M Sport Coupe E82 shape. The difference with the M Sport is you get the 18-inch rims. The suspension is lowered, and you get the body kit on the car as well. So it's the front bumper, and it's the rear bumper as well, and the rims. So this car's got 18-inch tires. We fitted Pirelli run flats on it. It's really, honestly, for a 11-year-old car, it has aged exceptionally well. It does not look like an old car. Another thing that I really like are these tail lights. At night they have these thin lines that come across it. Really looks nice. For a diesel, you'll see that the exhaust pipe is turned down. So the moment you see that exhaust pipe down, you know it's a diesel. Really such a beautiful car. And you understand why Kajal says this was her pride and joy for a better part of 4 years. And that's that front M Sport bumper as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the exterior of it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. As you enter the car, you've got this lovely M side sill, and these seats, the sports seats, really looks good. Like normally these bolsters here, they would be worn. I mean, 11 years later, still really looks fantastic. The steering is also in really good nick. So take a look at the interior. Really still in good condition. And you'll find with these 1 Series, very few of them have the climate control. A lot of them have just the manual turn knobs. And yeah, Very, very good nick still. What is the mileage at the moment? So let's see. Car's got 159,367 kilometers on it. Honestly, fantastic vehicle. It's got the multifunctional steering wheel. And these steering wheels here, they tend to peel. So this is starting to peel, but it's not as bad as I've seen some cars. And of course, has the sunroof as well. So from a daily driver perspective, I mean, it's a diesel, it's an M Sport, it's a BM, of course, and this is honestly such a fantastic daily driver car. Barring the fact that it's 2 doors, so if you're carting kids around, dropping them off at school or daycare, it can be a bit of a hassle, hence the reason why Kajal has changed this car now. As I said, we are expecting our firstborn, and it is a boy. He's a boy, so you can imagine the car traditions will follow. I suppose if it was a girl, the car traditions will also follow. So let's go ahead and take a look at the engine bay. Let's pop that here. And this button here also has faded a bit, but if you press this, that's the boot. So let's take a look at the engine bay. So here we have it. This diesel, 2-liter diesel, pushes out 125 kilowatts. Mind you, this is no slouch at all. This car, I would like to call it a pocket rocket, as they say, but it is absolutely no slouch at all. 125 kilowatts coming from this diesel engine. I would say the under of the bonnet needs a bit of a clean. As you guys know how I am about being pedantic, but this is a daily driver. It's not like my other collectible BMs, you know, it's used day in and day out. So yeah, 125 kilowatts from this power plant. And to open the boot here, there's a latch under here. Just lift that up. Here's the boot. Okay, we've got Kajal's handbag here. Really good space. Still has the medical kit in there, and because it's run flats, there's no spare wheel, so there is a tire pressure pump underneath that. But honestly, really sufficient space here under this boot, and you've got the warning triangle there. So the person who has bought this car really has got himself a great deal. Actually, is an elderly gentleman that's gone ahead and bought this car from Kajal, and he loves it. Let's quickly take a look at the rims. Mind the curb rash. So you'll see that it's got the M badge there on these 18-inch rims, and all of them have that. But honestly, stunning daily driver. Okay, that's the BMW E82 120D M Sport. Magnificent car. Pat on the back for giving Kajal 4 years of safe travels and without skipping a beat. I've been trying to get you guys a good shot of Table Mountain. Here she is peeking between these 2 trees here. Such a beautiful day today. Here we go. Pretty close to Table Mountain. And here was the 1 Series. It's a rowdy little thing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are taking a bit of a drive now in the 1 Series. It is an absolute beautiful day in Cape Town, as you can see, and I think we should get a good glimpse of Table Mountain from here. Let's see if we can. You can see it just on the top, but as we drive further, we should get a better view of it. But so we're in the car with the owner, my wife, Kajal. and taking a bit of a drive now, and I've got a few questions for you, and I'm sure our viewers want to know a lot about the car, etc. So as you can see, we are expecting our firstborn. So let's shoot with the questions. Okay, so let's see, how long do you have the car now?
Now this year is 4 years that I've had the car. Since I've had the car, it's going into 4 years now.
Okay, so 4 years of ownership, and how's it been?
The best decision that I made, I think, personally.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. One of the best cars that I've driven. Yeah, I think it's the best choice I made.
And I think that's a good point you're making, because this was your first car that you bought completely on your own, and I think it's a valid point for you to say it was one of the best decisions that you make, because the 120D is really such a versatile everyday car.
No, absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. And yes, the first car that I made, so lots of responsibility, my kind of first love. You treat it differently. I felt every rim that I scratched. It hurt me. So yeah, but also taught me how to take care of the car more, and how to value the car, and just have better control of it. Also tested my driving skills a bit.
Yeah,
I wasn't too nervous to put my foot down as such when I got the chance, and definitely upped my confidence a lot.
Yeah, and I think especially because this is the M Sport, it is definitely a more sportier drive, and the suspension is harder, so that also aids your one's driving ability, and helps, if I can say, makes
Feels
you
more grounded.
Yeah, makes you more engaged with the car. So you were saying it tests your driving skills. So tell me, what's the highest speed you've taken this car? Let's hear this.
It's an M car, but it's not an M car. So yeah, I think maybe 140.
140 kilometers,
yeah,
eh?
not one of those.
And that wasn't on a public road.
No.
Okay.
No, I won't do that. I won't do that.
And you see, guys, she knows. I've taught my wife well regarding BMW, so she knows the difference between an M Sport and a proper M car.
Yeah, no, it's not an M car. It's just an M Sport. So
And I
be
think
happy with that.
I think the worst thing is, before I go there, I think we can see a bit of Table Mountain a little bit better there, but still not quite. Trying to get a good view for you guys, and I think the worst thing is when people put M badges on their non-M cars, or their non-M sport cars. How do you feel about that?
Each to their own. Definitely not for me. One day I will get that M car.
The proper M car.
Proper M car.
Of your own.
Of my own. So now I'm not doing any badges or any of that.
And that's the thing, guys, is that Kajal absolutely refuses to drive any of my M cars. I don't know why, but as long as I've owned them, she's never wanted to drive it. Okay, so tell me, what is the 3 things that you love most about this car? Just 3 specific things.
Everything. No, joking. I do love everything about it, but I do, as I've got to learn the car, I think I like the M suspension as you were talking me through it.
Yeah.
It does help me feel very grounded and very safe. I love the way that BMWs give you that safety feature as such.
Yeah.
I love the look of the car,
Yeah.
to be quite honest. I think it looks very nice, especially for the time that I bought it. It was a very nice looking car. Now I have to change into a more of a mom car. So yeah, that phase of my life is over.
So it's the suspension, it's the looks,
It's the looks, and one more thing.
if there is.
I do like everything about it. I can't fault it on anything.
Okay.
Actually, Oh well, then I must say I like the fact that this one specifically was diesel.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that also contributed to our decision when buying it.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's about it.
And what do you dislike most about the car?
After shopping around and looking for cars, I dislike most that it's two-door.
Yeah.
Look, I know it contributes to the look, but being two-door really was one of the reasons why I had to change.
Okay, so let's not talk too much about that. So you have bought another car, correct?
That is correct.
So that means this car sold,
This
or
car
in the process of being sold.
sadly is on its way to its new home, yes.
Ah, okay. So we're not going to go into what your new car is yet. We'll do another video on that for the viewers.
Yes.
And I just want to touch on one point. You said that the car looks, and that's a great thing, because this E82, the 120D M Sport Coupe has really aged well. You know, this is a 2010 model, but the car doesn't look like it's 11 years old. I've taken you guys through, or going to take you guys through the car, but it doesn't look like it's 11 years old as such.
No,
Okay.
100%. Even like the features, like the windows and
Yeah.
those types of things. It's quite modern with even if you look at the aircon with the display.
Yeah, so this has the climate control. Yeah, so you're right by that. Okay, so on a tank of diesel, how many kilometers do you usually get on a tank with your, bearing in mind this is local runs and this is not long distance driving?
About 740 kilometers.
740.
Yeah, 740.
Okay, and I'm guessing on a long trip you're probably over 1,000 kilometers.
Yes.
But the strangest thing is we've never taken this car on a long trip. So I guess we'll never know after you owning this car for 4 years, but I think it would definitely be over 1,000 kilometers on a long trip. How much did you pay for this car 4 years ago?
4 years ago, I remember it was my lucky find, so I think that's what makes the car even more special.
Yeah.
So I'm convinced that it was a lucky find. After lots of help and trading of the eye from you,
Yeah.
I found this car in Johannesburg, and we actually paid 150 for it.
So you paid 150,000 4 years ago.
4 years ago, yes.
Okay. Now you've just sold this car. So tell the viewers, in terms of, we got a really good deal on this car at 150k 4 years ago. How much did you, and there's a nice SLK 55 AMG just going past.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, sounds lovely. Those naturally aspirated.
Coming out on this hot day, drop top.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 years later, how much did you sell this car for now?
Now we've actually just sold this car for 155.
155,000. So you've actually sold the car for 5,000 rand more than what you paid for it 4 years ago.
Yes.
Now that, in my book, as you guys know, I'm a finance guy, that is now what you call a proper deal. And the thing about a car is you make money on the car when you buy the car, not when you sell the car. And what I mean by that is you got to buy at the right price. Up there where those mountains are, that's a beautiful area that's called Baronetcy Estate. But yeah, like I was saying, you make your money on the car when you buy the car, not when you sell the car. So Kajal, you've owned the car now 4 years. You paid 150k for it. You sold it for 155,000 rand. How much has the car cost you in terms of maintenance? I know you've put brand new tires on this car, and I know it's a sore point because you put those brand new tires on this car about 3 or 4 months ago. How much did that cost you?
That cost me just over 10,000 rand.
Yeah.
Yeah, just over 10,000 rand 3 months ago, and I feel like I did not get my worth of it.
Yeah.
But it's fine, it's okay. I'm sure the new owner and the new home that the car goes to will certainly enjoy the ride.
Yes.
And yeah, it was important for me to put the tires. I mean, I had to put the tires on because every day driving alone and tires needed to be replaced.
Okay.
So we've replaced the tires.
Okay, so you've done the tires. I know you've also done the something that's called the vibration dampener on this car.
Yes.
That's a common fault on these on these diesels, because it gives off a bit more vibration than normal. You have to change the vibration dampener, which is something for the steering. How much did that cost you?
That also cost 10,000 rand, about
Okay.
roughly 10,000 rand.
So it seems as though everything costs you about 10k for this car.
Oh.
Okay, so you've spent 20k on the vibration dampener and the tires, and of course your services and so forth. So what does the average service on your car cost you annually?
Annually, I would say about maybe 2,500.
Yeah, about 2.5 to 3,000 rand.
Yeah.
So not bad. So if we look at it, over 4 years, you've spent, let's say, I would say 30k. Let's say you've spent 30k in terms of maintenance, and that's like, you know, because the tires needed to be changed, you've put run flats, you know, you didn't cheap out on the tires and put normal tires. There's Pirellis on this car. You did the vibration dampener, and of course maintenance. So you've paid 150k for the car. You spent 30k on the car over a period of 4 years on maintenance. Obviously you can't factor in your diesel, because you need diesel to drive. So let's say the car, you're all in at 180k, and from that you got back 155k.
That's a fair deal.
That's more than a fair deal.
That's a fair deal.
That's more than a fair deal. Okay, one last thing. I want you to quickly sum it up, right? So here's the trump line, or here's the trump card. You paid 150k for this car, but let the viewers know how dedicated you were in terms of paying off that 150k. How long did it take you to pay off 150k on this car?
As I said before, this car is my pride and joy, and I think because of all of these things that add up to it is what made it so special. I actually paid off the car in 10 months. And you know, my little inside joke that we use all the time, and we say we've paid off this car faster than a cell phone contract.
Yeah.
You know, it was not easy. It took a lot of sacrifice and hard work.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of sacrifices, which I'm not used to and I don't really like. But I think I was so determined to pay it off and see it, and which also contributed to why I enjoyed driving the car so much, because, you know, not having an installment and on the car made it a very, very pleasurable. Yeah, so 10 months.
So you paid it off in 10 months, so you were paying 15k a month on this car just to get rid of it.
That was it. That was the goal.
No, fantastic. And I think, guys, that's like a good point in terms of dedication to try and get rid of, you know, debt that you possibly can get rid of, and if you're able to afford to do that. So okay, great. I think you know, that was a fantastic rundown by you, and thank you also for sharing. I know a lot of people don't like to share personal numbers and finance, but as you know, on my channel, guys, I like to talk you guys through pretty much as we can. So thank you for sharing those numbers and with the viewers, and explaining the intricacies about the deal of the car, and etc, etc. So thank you.
It's a big pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Cool. All right. Okay guys, so I hope you've enjoyed that video of Kajal's car, and got to see her daily driver, or let's say your ex-daily driver. Her new car we'll do another video on. So thank you so much for all your support once again. Any final words from you?
No, just stay focused, positive, and yeah, let this be a motivational video to everyone out there, and know that the sky is the limit. If you put your mind to it, it can be done.
And on that note, guys, thank you once again for watching Talking Cars with tea. Cheers.